Comics Division is now proudly sponsored by Orange Man Bad's NPC Ice Cream. It's free of artificial flavors, artificial coloring, sugar, GMOs, and fun. Also, NPC Ice Cream is made from 100% soy. Unlike those other white supremacist ice creams that use milk. Cough, cough, Ben and Jerry's. So go and turn that smile upside down by trying some NPC ice cream today. And don't forget, kids, to hashtag resist fun. Because in 2018, apparently we're not allowed to enjoy things anymore. And if you don't have a frowny face, you're not woke. Welcome back, Pixel Nation. Comics Division here. How the hell are you? And tonight, boy, I've got a treat for you. Why, it's our old friend Mark Waid, and he's talking to the Nerdist. I wonder what he has to say. Let's take a look, shall we?
Okay, great. All right, guys. As much as we can spend all day talking comics and superheroes, you're here for a very serious reason. Mark, you have unfortunately become the target of a lawsuit.
I have.
Well, oh my. So apparently he's here to discuss the lawsuit that DNC has filed against him. I wonder what he has to say about it. Now remember, Mark, Mr. Zaid isn't there to stop you from saying something stupid.
Now, we know that you have to be careful about what you can say and what you can't say, but the long and short of it is that one of the perceived leaders of the online harassment group Comicsgate,
I'm pretty sure he meant to say consumer revolt,
is suing you for defamation. So,
oh, defamation, you say? This lawsuit has nothing to do with you going and calling the owner of Antarctic Press, pressuring him to go and break the contract that they have with DNC because simply you just don't like the guy. No. It's defamation. That's what it is. It's because you called him an alt-right Nazi. By all means, please, go on.
What can you tell us about this? What's going on?
There's not much I can say about the lawsuit itself.
Sure.
The concept that there is this toxic level of fandom out there, and that's not news to anybody, unfortunately. I mean, and Gamergate was the big thing, and now
Gamergate! It all goes back to Gamergate! Never mind the fact that Gamergate was about, having ethical journalism in gaming. Oh no, that was a harassment campaign.
It sort of transformed in comics into Comicsgate.
Yeah.
These guys say they're not bullies, they're not angry or whatever, but you don't go around calling people cucks and, SJWs and NPCs and, soy boys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you have a problem with name calling on the internet? Really? It's not like you or your sign has been, calling people Russian bots or alt-right Nazis. Really? Oh no, you've been perfectly polite. Oh no, there's been no dehumanization, as your side would put it, being labeled against us. Oh no, you guys have been perfect gents.
Without that's the language of a bully.
So, what about the fact that whenever you throw a temper tantrum, people have gotten so used to it that they're no longer fazed by it? Oh, and DNC's the bully, you say? That's interesting. It's fascinating.
There's no way around it.
Yeah.
I've been pretty outspoken against this, and so now it's turned into, a lawsuit that hinges a huge part on defamation.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know how you defame someone who has
a history of engaging in this kind of conduct.
Exactly. Who says that Ta-Nehisi Coates is a race hustler? Who says that?
Oh, you mean that guy who wrote Black Panther and the Crew and had Storm complaining about mayonnaise shops in Harlem because white people like mayonnaise? Oh no, he clearly loves white people. Maybe you should go and read some of his fine writing at The Atlantic on how much he loves white people. And in case you're not picking up on the tone, that's sarcasm.
Black people working at Marvel Comics is akin to a minstrel show. I don't know how you defame a guy like that, but that's for the court.
Is it just me, or does the interviewer look like he's like, get it over with, Mark? Because, I'm kind of tired talking to you. This conversation is secretly boring me.
Forced to decide.
Sure.
But along those lines, clearly gotten a lot of hits, gotten a lot of heat.
Yeah.
Clearly, it has nothing to do with you saying stupid shit.
And I'm not saying that to complain.
No, Mark, you're complaining. Because your fat mouth got you into a fucking lawsuit. And right now, you're doing nothing but running damage control.
I'm saying to make the point that I'm a straight white guy. and I'm getting that level from these guys. You can only imagine what women, people of color, LGBTQ, creators in this industry and fans in this industry get, not just from Comicsgate, but toxic fandom in general. I firmly believe the lawsuit was filed specifically to try to intimidate and silence people who are trying to stand up.
Now, I guess Mark Waid kinda has to lie, because if people actually knew the truth, they totally wouldn't be sympathetic with him. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they would side with DNC instead.
Yeah.
Against that sort of behavior and take a stand. So I work in comics. I'm not a rich guy.
Yeah.
Now, I actually tried going around and Googling what Mark Waid's net worth is, and I couldn't find jack shit. Now, if you happen to know these stats and have a URL, by all means, please, be so kind and post that shit in the comments.
Lawsuits are expensive. I launched a GoFundMe about a week ago.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of, it's been huge, and it's great. The idea is, and Neil Gaiman has contributed.
Wow, a whopping $250. That's a lot of support. Clearly, Neil must be a huge fan of yours. Hell, I threw $50 DNC's way, and not exactly a huge supporter. It was more along the lines of fuck you money.
And, Colleen Duran and Gail Simone, Scott Snyder. I could go on and on about my colleagues who have joined in on this fight, because that's the idea. It's help me make this stand. Help me, make the stand that this is not okay. If you can join in, the GoFundMe is up. You can find me, Mark Waid GoFundMe.
Great.
If you can jump in there, that's great. It's a lawsuit. There's a long road ahead of us.
Now, if you would also like to go and contribute some fuck you money to the Richard C. Meyer campaign, there'll be a link in the description.
Yeah.
And those things are not cheap to fight. I'm not poor mouthing. I'm not here to beg with a tin cup as much as I am to say this is a call to action.
Yeah.
Come join us. Come join Neil and the rest of us and me and all of us who have stood up, and help us fight back and push back against this sort of toxic online harassment. That's just not cool.
I totally agree. How do you feel about that element of fandom in general? How do you feel about the future? Is there a way that comic book fans and professionals and people that are in the industry, out of the industry, can sort of help make it better?
Well, the pros can start by not being dicks to fans. That would be a nice start.
I think the only thing I can think of is just to try to restrain yourself.
Oh, that's a good one, Mark. You showing restraint. Oh, that's beautiful.
When you're angry online.
Yeah.
Craig Ferguson had the best rules I've ever heard for online. He would ask himself, he would sit down and say, before he posted something, he would ask himself 3 questions. Does this need to be said? Does this need to be said by me? Does this need to be said by me right now? And by the time you answer all 3 of those questions, a lot of your anger is dissipated.
So, Mark, is that the reason why you went back and deleted all your past tweets? I got a few screen caps I can show you of some of your more restrained moments. Yes, restrained. Oh, that's... I'm sorry, folks. Oh, that kills me. It really does.
I'm no stranger to it. I've popped off online. We all have at some point or another. And the state of the country is just anger all the time. We're all a jack in the box with one note left to go.
You can't exactly speak for me, Mark. I'm having a good time with all this. I'm rather amused by it. Not exactly angry. And I'm pretty sure the Republicans aren't either. Seriously, man. I mean, your side is trying to make ice cream no longer enjoyable. Pecan resist? Look how angry this carton is. This is literal resting bitch face. Nothing makes me want to buy ice cream like a bunch of angry women. Jesus.
So I get it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that national dialogue trickles down into everything, including pop culture.
Yeah.
All I can say is I'm redoubling my efforts to try to understand that escalating it is not the answer. Just immediately going from 0 to you're a Nazi is probably not the best way to go. That's not going to make anything better.
Right.
Whoa, really? You think? Wow, are you gonna Get your fellow pros on board, you know, the one that said if there was a button that could kill all Republicans, I would go and push it. Yeah, that's helpful to the dialogue. Good luck reining your friends in, Mark.
I don't know how to engage with a certain level of toxic fandom for which there is no good faith argument.
Correct.
Which no matter what you do to extend a hand, it becomes soy boy, cuck, SJW.
Okay, I get it. There's people that are gonna be assholes out there. But you know what you do? You fucking ignore them. Though, yes, those are the people that you can't exactly extend the olive branch to. But you know what? You can with the people who actually want to engage with you and just want you to be polite and nice to them, no matter who they voted for.
I don't know how to deal with that, but all we can do is try to take the high road as much as we can.
But you're not, and that's the issue. I'm curious to see how long this will actually last.
And understand that we who love comics and we who are fighting for inclusivity and for diversity.
Very few people are actually opposed to that. What we're opposed to is the identity politics. And I've said this a million fucking times. I don't care if it's coming from the left or the right, I don't fucking want it. And you can't look me dead in the eye and say, you know what? Comics, they're not diverse or inclusive.
We're in the majority, and we're doing the right thing. You don't let bullies win.
Yeah. Well said, and that was some great advice as well, Thanks. Mark, with how to handle this sort of fandom, and also I think it's great advice for creators, which was going to be my next question. You know, sort of how do creators in this industry? What kind of advice would you give them for dealing with the same sort of thing? But I think that was a really great summary.
Thank you.
That was really awesome.
And that's basically it. And I'll have a link to the full interview down in the description so you can go and check the whole thing out. Unfortunately, I caught the tail end. I happened to see him talking about Comicsgate, and that was pretty much it. I completely missed everything else, and quite frankly, I really don't care to go and rewatch it. What are your thoughts on this train wreck of an interview? Do you think that Mark Waid is trying to really build goodwill with us comic book fans, us toxic comic book fans? Probably not. I think I'll shoot him a message and see if he actually wants to have a real conversation, which I'm willing to do. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, and yes, I have given the man a lot of shit, and quite frankly, I feel that it is well deserved, because his Captain America run was garbage and full of shit. Alright folks, that's pretty much it for one evening. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click that like button. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, bash that bell for instant notifications, and I'll see you next time.